Welcome to our Yin Yoga practice. And we're going to begin today sitting together for a few moments. And you might find it helpful to sit on a folded blanket like I am, which helps tilt the pelvis forward so that it naturally supports the spine, the shoulders, and the head. And we'll let our eyes close, taking a few deep breaths here. Feeling the contact of your seat on the mat or the cushion. Grounding and stabilizing. One more breath here. Bringing hands to prayer position at the heart. We're going to chant the mantra Om together. Inhale deeply. Om. Your hands drop down to your knees and take a breath. Here, we're going to let our chin fall to our chest. We're going to begin some slow head rolls, rolling the head over one shoulder as far back as you can go, over the other shoulder, and chin to chest. Some slow movements, gently stretching the neck and the cervical spine. The next time your chin comes to your chest, we're reversing the direction of the circles. And the next time your chin comes to your chest, we're going to slowly inhale the head up to center. And then exhale. Here, we're going to straighten our legs in front of us. And again, if you have difficulty with these forward folds, you can sit on the edge of your folded blanket and it'll help you move a little deeper into your forward folds. So we're going to position our hands to either side of the legs for our forward fold. As we inhale, lengthening the spine upward. Exhale as you fold down deeply. And take a few breaths here. Letting the large back muscles release. Letting the fine tendons in the legs relax as you take a few breaths. There's a saying in India, to become enlightened, you stop running all the time and begin to walk. Once you're walking, you slow down and you stop. Once you stop, you see who you really are. Your spiritual path begins and ends with the self. Yourself at the end of the path is fulfilled. You learn that life requires no struggle, fear, or resistance. You only need to be. Take time today to slow down and see who you really are. One more breath here. And we're slowly going to roll ourselves up to seated. Taking a breath or two. And now we're going to shift our big pillows behind us. And if you want, you can add more padding or more height by maybe even layering a folded blanket on top if you'd like. And we're going to pull that support, whatever it is, right up next to our backs. Now we're going to come into a half frog pose. So I want you to fold the right leg beside you. If that's too painful in any way on your right knee, too much torque, turn the leg the opposite way into a half butterfly pose. Once you're situated, bring your legs as close together as you can. And we're going to go ahead and ease ourselves back. Now you want to support from the mid back up through the shoulders, the neck, and the head. Let the head gently fall back. Let the throat open. Let the chest spread wide as the shoulders drape away from the sternum. Soften the belly and the low back. Relax all the muscles and tendons in the right hip, thigh, and knee. Letting go of struggle and resistance. And just letting yourself be in this asana. One more breath. And we're slowly bringing the body up. And we're straightening that right leg, and you could give your legs a little bounce here or a little stretch in some way. And when you're ready, we're going to repeat the same pose on the other side. So just folding that left leg back if you can. Know that you can come out of these poses at any time. Take a little break if you need to. And then we're going to ease ourselves back. Take a few deep breaths, letting the body relax into the pose. One last breath. And we're easing ourselves up and out of the pose, straightening our legs and stretching a bit. And from here, we're going to transition now into table pose. And for that, I want you to grab your blanket, but slide your supports away, placing the blanket unfolded in the center of your mat. Once you're situated, we're going to move into shoelace pose, Gaumukha Asana. So we're crossing the right knee over the left calf, creating space between the heels. And then we're taking our seat between the heels. Now, of course, you could sit on a block or your cushions, for example. Or you could straighten your right leg and simply cross the left one over the top to modify. Once you feel pretty stable, we're going to add a little bit to this pose by gently leaning forward. So let your head and chest sink towards the earth, maybe resting on your lap. And start to relax the upper body. Soften all the connective tissue around the pelvis, the sacrum, the hip joint, and the knee joint. Taking a few deep breaths here. Every yoga practice brings you home. It connects you with your true nature. The only difference between yourself and an enlightened master is the expansion of this experience. One more breath here. And we're gonna go ahead and lift our head up a bit and shift the hips forward to come out of the fold pose, uncrossing our leg. Here, you could take a breath. You could stretch your legs if you want. You could even come into down dog. And when you feel ready, we're going to work on the other side here. So we're crossing the left knee over the right calf, or your left leg is straight and the right leg is simply crossed over the top to modify. And we'll make sure we feel pretty stable and then gently lean forward. And you let go of any places of resistance in the body. Resistance in the mind. One last breath here. We're lifting our head. We're coming out of the pose and letting the body stretch and move. And then we're meeting back in table pose. Take a breath. And here I want you to make a quarter turn so that you are perpendicular to your mat as I am to mine right now. Getting ready for a full frog pose this time. So you're placing your hands in front of you. I'm just going to turn a little bit here so you can see me. And we're going to walk our knees as wide apart as they'll go, shins parallel, bottom elevated, 90-degree angle at the knees. And then we're dropping down to our forearms, maybe resting your head on a block or on the mat or a blanket or pillow if you have one nearby. And again, we're going to start to relax that upper body. Soften the lower body. And just let the experience wash through you. Sensations come and go. Thoughts come and go. Without grabbing on to anything. Just feel the breath and let what comes come and what goes go. One more breath. And we're pushing the torso up. We're walking our knees together and we're just holding here for a few breaths. And then we're gonna pivot and turn so that you are now along the full length of your mat. And we're gonna lay down on our bellies for a few moments. Let our legs stretch and take some easy breaths here. One more breath. And let's go ahead and turn ourselves over to lie flat on our backs on our mat. Taking a big breath here. Pulling both knees to the chest, hugging them in. You could move your knees in like a circle, just gently massaging the low back and the hips. And reverse the direction. Coming back to center, we're now moving into resting pose. So we're gonna place our knees, our feet, I should say, sorry, mat width apart and let the knees fall together. Cross the arms over the upper chest, above the breastbone, but beneath the neck, and let the arms drape. Pull your chin down a little bit so you straighten the neck. And then relax the facial muscles. The shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Relax the core of the body. And then soften the hips, the knees, and the ankle. Letting the breath flow effortlessly. The whole journey of our lives is a process of relaxing and letting go. There is nothing to study, memorize, learn, or live up to. There is only experience. To have this experience of the true self, even for just a moment, switches on the feeling of, ah, this is what I've been looking for. The separate self has been looking for wholeness. Anxiety has been looking for peace. Emptiness has been looking for fulfillment. And all of these things are found in the true self. This is the ultimate spiritual secret, repeated for thousands of years in every wisdom tradition. One more breath here. And we're letting our legs slide down to the mat. We're unwinding the arms, placing them near the body, dropping into Shavasana. And for your final meditation in Shavasana, you can relax and silently chant the following Sanskrit mantra with each exhale. Purnamidam. I feel fulfilled. Purnamidam. 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 Release the mantra. And begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretch arms overhead. And then we're pulling both knees to the chest, hugging them in and rocking side to side. And we're rocking over to the right side, resting there. And when you're ready, we're coming up to a comfortable seated position. We'll give ourselves a couple of deep breaths here. Bringing hands to prayer, chanting Om to close. Inhale. Om. Namaste.